Yo, what's going on, YouTube? It's the verbally sadistic savage JaCrispy here with the new episode of JaCrispy Talks. Now, today's going to be a little controversial, so this one's more of a political episode, sort of. Well, based around a political group that I'm going to be discussing. And like always, have to put the disclaimer out there for anybody that's viewing this video and watching. If you are offended by somebody who speaks their mind and are simply offended by words that don't fit your vocabulary or your agenda, you can simply talk to my ass because it's the only thing that gives a shit. All right, so today on JaCrispy Talks, we're going to be discussing America's most hilarious comedy troupe. That's right, you guessed it, Antifa. We're going to be talking about Antifa. Now, for those who don't know who Antifa are or what they are about, simply Antifa stands for anti-fascism or anti-fascist as they like to call themselves, even though a lot of their ideologies are pretty fascist. You know, they blow horns in people's face when they have a different opinion. They try to silence them as much as possible when they are given facts right in front of them. Pretty fascist, right? So yeah, basically what Antifa is made up of are these scrawny, pencil-necked, unnatural hair-colored, pig-ring wearing soy boy faggots. That's what Antifa is. That's why I call them anti-fags, because they are faggots. They don't know what gender they are. They don't know anything about reality whatsoever. And they have a nice vocabulary as well. They like to use the word Nazi and throw it around loosely to people like me who are conservative, straight, and white because, in their eyes, we're Nazis. And what pisses me off about Antifa when they use that word, and well, practically every Democrat dumbass uses that word loosely nowadays for somebody that doesn't have the same views and opinions as them. But Antifa really throw the word Nazi around without using the fact of their knowledge, because I'm assuming they didn't pay attention in history. We kicked Hitler's ass. He took himself out after World War didn't go so good for him. And when he tried to, do what he was doing, he took himself out because things got real for Hitler, and then he took himself out. But in Antifa's mind, everybody that doesn't agree with what they say or what they think or what they believe is viewed as a Nazi. Specifically, if you're a straight white person, you're automatically a Nazi in their eyes. And what's funny was I've been seeing all these trend videos of Antifa like claiming they're preparing for this fight against people like us, which in reality we're not afraid of Antifa because you can literally knock them out just by pushing them on the ground because they're pencil necks. They max out all their estrogen levels and now they're just soy boy bitch boys. We're not afraid. We the people are not afraid of Antifa. As much as they think in their delusional minds that we are afraid of them, we really aren't. In fact, if any anti-fag came up to me trying to fight, I would knock his ass out. Just one, two, and he'd be on the fucking floor. So yeah, Antifa is mostly made up of soy boys, who are scrawny pencil necks, people that have no life really. I mean, it's mostly basement dwellers. That's all the whole body of Antifa is basement dwellers who are uneducated and super fucking retarded. That's why I refer to anybody from the left or who is in an Antifa group as the chromosome crusaders because they have way too many chromosomes. They ate too much tart cake. And I don't support Antifa. They are fucking hypocritical bastards. How you going to call yourselves anti-fascist when you're censoring people for giving their opinions? And who did that? Fascist. Yeah, that's right. When people were talking and they had a different opinion than this person, they would try to shut their arguments down whatsoever. They would try to silence them. And if you see, there's dozens of videos of these douchebags at protest, blowing horns or just simply yelling in the opposing person's face that thinks differently than them. And if you ask me, that's not how adults are supposed to act. That's how fucking idiots act. And what are Antifa mostly? Fucking idiots. That's why I laugh whenever somebody says anti-fascism and then they say Nazi. When Nazis and fascists go hand in hand together, am I right? Anybody who paid attention in history could fucking tell you that. But logic and knowledge don't go hand in hand if it's with an Antifa member or any Democrat in general. Now, me, I'm not afraid to say what my political beliefs are. I am a traditional conservative. I believe in smaller government and traditional values, especially in a world like today where those are ignored and just tossed out the window. Now, most people would say that us conservatives are like religious fanatics. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not really religious. Yes, I believe in God, but do I go to church every Sunday? No. Do I wear fancy suits and say, all right, let's bow our heads before dinner? No, I don't do that because, one, I don't let a book determine how I live my life. I just have faith. That's why I say I am a Protestant Christian by faith, because you don't need a Bible to be any of those religions out there. Just as long as you have faith in your beliefs and you stand by them, that automatically makes you a Christian yourself. As long as you're not forcing your opinions and religious beliefs on people. But that's a whole other video, which I already talked about on a older episode of Crispy Talks. But we're talking about anti-fascist or Antifa. So yeah, they claim that they're trying to overthrow us people. And the truth is, like I said, we are not afraid of Antifa. And I'm just going to say it for the record here, fuck Antifa. Y'all are nothing. You literally live in your mommy's basements bitching and bawling on Twitter. I'm sorry, X. That's what it's called now, X, since Elon Musk bought it. But that's all they fucking do. They go all over social media. They go in the comments on every Donald Trump video and they say, oh, he's a Nazi, he's a fascist, blah, 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 transphobic, homophobic. You know, they throw all those leftist made terms up because they're fucking dunces. You know? That's why I called Antifa at the beginning of this video America's most hilarious comedy group, Antifa, because they are nothing but fucking jokes. And if you look at the videos of them preparing for this fight that they're going to start, there's this one big fat bitch or whatever the fuck it is, because, again, they don't know what genders they are, where it's like throwing hands, like, oh yeah, man, take that, Nazi, so damn fat that it couldn't even lift its leg. And it was fucking hilarious, but very cringy. But then again, Antifa is the ultimate guide to cringe. They're very cringeworthy. You know, and I've seen dozens of videos of Antifa-tards getting the shit kicked out of them, and it puts a smile on my face because, yes. And for anybody who watches this video who has ever beaten the shit out of an Antifa coward, I applaud you. You are fucking awesome. Keep doing it, because I hate Antifa. I hate Antifa just as much as I hate the whole Democratic Party, because they're all fucking fruitcakes that don't know logic. Well, they don't know how to use their brains, you know, because human skills ain't for everyone. And human skills and Antifa, again, don't go hand in hand, because logic to them is offensive. When you explain facts to them, oh no, I can't handle it. I gotta rub my last two brain cells together to comprehend what this dude is telling me, because I don't like logic. Oh. But yeah, I can't stand Democrats. I can't stand liberals. They're all fucking cowards. And they're retarded. That's why I don't even call them Democrats anymore. As soon as I see they're a leftist, or they have the unnatural hair color, or the fucking pig ring jammed up their old schnoz, I automatically don't even call them Democrats. I just say, oh, those are the chromosome crusaders. But yeah, you know, they say we're a terrible political party, us conservatives, but look at their party. They're the party that doesn't know what gender they are. They're the fucking party that gets offended by words because it's so offensive. And it's the same party that throws the term Nazi around very loosely without even knowing what the fuck a Nazi is, when their ideologies are practically the same as the Nazis that they claim to hate. And that is why I find Antifa hilarious. Am I afraid of Antifa? No, because they're fucking basement dwelling millennial scumbags, is what they are. That's why I love every video I see of these idiots getting the shit kicked out of them or getting pepper sprayed by ICE agents. It's fucking hilarious, and it's comedy gold. Well, Antifa is just a comedy troupe, you know? Who the fuck would take a group like that serious? Nobody, other than themselves, because in their delusional minds, they think, oh yeah, we are so cool. We are so cool, living in mommy's basement, unemployed, living off of welfare and not having to work, calling people Nazis. We are so cool. Yeah, fuck you, Antifa. Y'all are dipshits. And that's why I'd love to bitch slap every Antifa member across their ugly mug. Oh, if you don't believe they have ugly mugs, go online and search mugshots of Antifa unmasked, and you'll see why they wear masks. They wear them not because they're cowards, they wear them because they're fucking hideous. They look like a goddamn genetically failed experiment gone horribly wrong. You know, they look like the offspring of sloth and a bunch of other retarded things. That's why nobody takes Antifa serious, because they are hypocrites. They are dumbasses. And logic to them is their ultimate weapon. If you use any scientific backed up facts against the Antifa, they will just scream in your face, "You're a fucking Nazi, stop talking to me." And then they walk out of the picture. Are you proud of yourselves, Antifa? Because I'm just going to say it. I'm a straight white male, and I'm proud of that. And if it's offended to you, if it's offensive to y'all basement dwelling, Nazi yelling dumb fucks, fuck you. Because I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of this country. I'm not a Nazi. But however, y'all Antifa are coming off pretty strong like the Nazis. Wanting to, disarm people, take their Second Amendment right away, censor freedom of speech. And you know who did that? That little angry Austrian painter? Yeah, he did exactly the same things that y'all do. But y'all don't believe that or can't see it because your heads are so far up y'all's asses it ain't even funny. And that was the Crispy Talks Antifa episode. And I'm just going to say this, leaving it on note. Anybody who is offended by this video, I don't give a shit. Y'all can literally talk to my ass because it's the only thing that gives you shit. And if you are a liberal or an Antifa member, seek mental help because you have no fucking brains. I'm Crispy, the verbally sadistic savage. Fuck Antifa. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, and God bless America. And if that offends you, fuck y'all. Peace.